Outlander, producer breaks down Season 7 return, Roger's shocking discovery. Sometimes fate has different, and perhaps better, plans than our own, explains executive producer Matthew B. Roberts. Time is a precious commodity, and it's also continually unpredictable when it comes to Outlander. The Droughtlander is officially over once again, and Claire, Katrina Balfe, Jamie, Sam Heughan, and the rest of the Fraser clan are officially back on our TV screens with the Friday night premiere of the second half of Season 7. It doesn't take long for the Frasers to get back into trouble. Upon returning to Lallybroch, they discover that old Ian, Stephen Cree, is terminally ill, and despite Jenny's, Kristen Atherton, pleas, there is nothing Claire can do to save him. While they all savor their remaining time with Ian, young Ian, John Bell, fills his parents in on his life in the Americas, including his love for Rachel Hunter, Izzy Meikle-Small. When Claire receives a desperate letter from Lord John Grey, David Barry, requesting her help in tending to his nephew, Henry Grey, Harry Jarvis, she decides to return to the colonies ahead of Jamie, who stays until Ian has breathed his last. Jamie also uses the time in Scotland to tie up loose ends with Leaguer, Nell Hudson, and her daughter, Joan, who needs Jamie's help to get her mother to agree to an arrangement that will allow her to enter the convent she wishes to join. Young Ian decides to accompany Claire home, vowing to find Rachel and confess his love to her. Meanwhile, in another timeline, Roger, Richard Rankin, and Buck, Dermot Murtaugh, travel back in time in pursuit of Jemmy, who they believe has been kidnapped and brought through the stones by Rob Cameron, Chris Fulton. Only, they end up about 40 years further back than they hoped, which they discover when they encounter Jamie's father, Brian Fraser, Andrew Whipp, and a much younger Jenny. As Buck contends with an illness, they go to visit the local healer for assistance, only to discover that it is none other than their old enemy, Guyless Duncan, Lotte Verbeek. Related, Outlander's John Bell says he nearly killed co-star Richard Rankin in horse carriage accident. We caught up with executive producer Matthew B. Roberts to get his take on why Claire decides to separate from Jamie to help Lord John, what this wrinkle in time travel might mean for Roger and Buck, and how dangerous this iteration of Guyless might be. Don your best tartan and get ready to dive back into Outlander. Matthew B. Roberts, the discovery of old Ian's terminal condition transforms their hoped-for joyful reunion into something devastatingly bittersweet. Each character faces unique pain. Jamie must watch his oldest friend slip away, Claire carries the burden of being a healer who cannot heal someone she loves, and young Ian confronts the guilt of having been away, knowing he'll lose his father, his anchor to his Scottish identity. For all three, this homecoming becomes a harsh reminder that time marches forward relentlessly, and their American adventures have come with a profound cost. Instead of the pure joy they anticipated, they face the complex emotions of trying to treasure their remaining time together while preparing for an inevitable loss. Claire and Jenny's relationship has always been complex, two strong-willed women who love Jamie deeply but have struggled to fully trust each other. Jenny's anger over Claire's inability to save Ian cuts especially deep, reigniting her long-held suspicions about Claire's mysterious nature and periodic disappearances. However, their shared experiences of loss and protective instincts finally bridge this gap. Jenny must accept that even Claire's modern medical knowledge has limits, while Claire needs to understand that Jenny's anger stems from deep love and helplessness. Their reconciliation comes not just from their love of Jamie, but from recognizing their shared experiences as strong women